All right, go do my video here. The Friday night breakdown of the Giles and Grayson game. Grayson beat Giles tonight, 42-7. So, not a whole lot of good things to say about the Giles outing tonight. Giles come out very flat. There was no desire, no fire whatsoever. Um, I haven't seen Giles be like this in quite a while, actually. I think the last time we were like this, we got beat about as bad. Um, I'm kind of lost of what to say. I really thought we would play better, considering that, you know, I surely hope the coaches let the kids know we still have a chance, or had a chance. I guess we still have a chance, actually. But he should have went the coach anyway. Jeff should have made clear to the kids, if he didn't, I don't know if he did or not, that we have a chance to still play Nares in the playoffs. And we need to, win to get in the playoffs. And if he did, and they played like this, then I don't know. You want to look inside yourself and find some pride. And ask yourself, do you want to play Spartan football? Because I'm sorry, that's not Spartan football. As a former player, and many other former players will tell you that. And people who didn't play Spartan football but have watched Spartan football for years is going to tell you that it's not Spartan football. That was a lackluster performance. Just being honest. It was awful. I'll have to say, I thought the play calling, and I may take some heat from this because I have friends on the coaching staff, but I thought the play calling was lackluster as well. It's starting to become a bit predictable, I think, in some ways. I don't know the new names or numbers for the new offense, but the one play we seem to be running a lot, or going to a lot now, especially in critical situations, is what would be in the single wing, the old 44. I don't know what it is in this offense, but it seems to be the major thing again. And we just can't seem to get away from it. I don't see, what seems to be the issue why we can't run other stuff at a critical part. What are we afraid of? Why won't we do it? We still will not pass the ball like we're going to need to do to win a championship. I mean, it's just that simple. There's only been one team recently, and maybe it won't be for a long time again, that can take the ball and shove it down your throat for a whole ball game and a whole season and win a state championship, especially playoff time. That was Riverside. And they had the luxury of having different schools in the area they could recruit, basically, and that's what they did. The best players around, and kids went there to play, they knew they'd win a championship. We don't have that luxury. So we got to be creative. I question the creativity of our offensive mindset. I do know some people on that coaching staff at Giles that do have creative offensive minds. And I don't know if they are not given the opportunity to express some of those plays. I'm not going to call no names out, but I do believe they are there. Just very dejected on how we played. And it seemed like how we were prepared to. It's just, when you play bad, I wonder how you prepared. It's just the way it is. Now, Grayson is a good ball team. I'm not taking anything away from them. They were a big team. They had big line, offense and defense. They kind of pushed us around. They were big kids. They were good-sized kids. They were quick. The running backs did not go down easy. They were tough to bring down. And we seem to have a hard time tackling. but this seems to be a trend, not just with Giles, but with other schools, kids too. I call it the kids want to have the ESPN hit. They want that big pop where, you see on ESPN, where you go up and throw that shoulder into them and it don't wrap up and it just knocks the person down or almost out. You kids need to realize, you see us in the NFL, those are grown men and those are big men playing the game and they can do that. On average, you are not. You need to wrap up. But back to Grayson, sorry. Grayson could pass the ball very, very well. They had a good scheme. They were fluent in their passing. They're going to be hard to beat. They're going to be hard to beat in the playoffs. I really do believe that if they don't have injuries pop up. So they're going to be tough. We did face a good opponent tonight. I won't take that away from them. And that did play a role in, I think, how we played a little bit. But enough on Grayson. I think our play call's got to get better. I'm sorry. We don't run the left side enough. It's there. Run it. We don't need to run the old, quote unquote, our strong side to the right. Run right, run right, run right. I mean, take what the defense gives you. If it's the left side, take it. If it's the middle, take it. We got to loose defense up. They're just cramming the box like they always do, these teams. And we cannot be afraid to pass the ball more. We've passed a little more this season, but we had two receivers run into each other tonight on a pattern. Passing's got to get better. Here we practice it and practice over and over. Well, something's going wrong. Obviously, I think we need to do it more in the games. So the linemen, the receivers, the tailback, who normally throws the ball, is while the bullets are flying, they are getting used to it. If it's incomplete, it's incomplete. But at least the defense is saying, hey, they may pass the ball. We don't do it enough. Patterns seem to be almost always the same. It seems like we come out of the huddle, we have the idea of where we're going to pass the ball to one person, and it never looks off that person. We could do the throwback to the left, I think, a lot. Teams don't ever expect that from us, hardly. Nares did do a good job on that last week. They were ready for it. But we need short passes. I heard somebody talk tonight that said they had talked to one of the coaches recently and talked about short passes and different type patterns. And the coach told us that we don't do that. This is a new era in football. You had better learn to do that if you want to win. We are not Rivers Head. We are not going to shut the ball down the throat like we used to. It was a different mentality. Back when I played and back when a lot of you all played in the 80s and 90s and probably in early 2000s. It was just a different mentality we had. A lot of us were just mean, and at least on the football field. And it was just different. I don't know how else to explain it. You played, you knew. A lot of the fans knew. We can get that back. But I don't know. I'm just kind of at a loss for words. Give my opinions. But there was no fight. There was no fighting us tonight at all. There was no fire. It's like they didn't care. They didn't care if they won. It's like they was ready, almost like they felt like they was ready for the season to be over. That's how they played. I'm sorry, coaches. If you have kids on the sideline who want to play and want to go out there and bust their rear ends, and you have kids out there who you have starting and they don't want to play, take their butts off the field and let the kids who want to play out there. You might actually win. And don't be afraid to open that offense up and try something different and new. Excuse me, I've had a cold this week. I don't know. It's like we're scared to death. It's like we're scared to death to try something offensively. And for I'm not going to mention no names, and for the kids who got in trouble at school this week, got suspended, or didn't get to play part of the game, you let your teammates down. You let your teammates down, plain and simple. And hopefully you learned a lesson. Your kids, it happens, but you did. You let your teammates down, and so hopefully you learned a lesson. Because definitely we could have used you tonight and for the whole ball game. But I hope you realized, I don't know. There's probably more I can say, but I guess the bottom line is we had no fire, no desire, just no heart. There was no heart tonight. We scored on the second team defense. It took us a 15-play drive to do that. Bottom line, I think the play calling could have been a whole lot better. We need to teach defensive backs better, definitely how to turn around and read, how to realize a pass is coming. I don't know who teaches the line blocking and pass protection, but it's awful. We do not stay with our blocks. We stand straight up. We cannot pass block at all, and I don't blame the kids for that. That's coaching. So there's issues there. There's still a long season left. Kids, listen. If you watch this, parents, if any of you all watch this, tell your kids you can still make the playoffs. You still have a chance to make the playoffs, and you can still make a run at it. But get back to playing Spartan football. Get an attitude. Keep the attitude on the football field, not at home, not in school, and do stupid stuff and get suspended. But get attitude on the football field. Play as a team. Be brothers on the field. Don't let anybody push you around. Don't let any other player on that team push one of your teammates around. You be brothers. You fight for each other. And only thing I can say about some of the calls, open it up. It seems like, Jeff, you get tight. You tighten up. I know during some of the scrimmages, you let it fly because you had nothing to lose. Man, you have nothing to lose now. You need to win. Let it go. Who cares if somebody sees something? You need to use some. I'm saying you need to use some screen passes. Give them to back off, even if it's incomplete. Let them see, hey, it's there, and you can do it. We're a step away sometimes from breaking the big one. That one step that linebacker may have to hold off on because he may think it's a screen pass. Could be the one that breaks it. Anyway, I'm not going to keep on the video here. I could probably say some more things that I'm frustrated like most Giles fans right now. I think more so how we played than necessarily losing. Anyway, that's the Friday night breakdown. That's all I have for now. I did hear, I think maybe questionable if we play Auburn next week or not. I heard they quit at halftime against ALAX. They did not come back out. So, same thing happened last year about this time. They pretty much quit on the season. So, I guess we'll see if we have a game next week. But, guys, keep your heads up. You can still make the playoffs, but you got to fight. You got to fight. Listen to your parents who play Spartan football, fans who played, who really know Spartan football and know what's about. Come out and fight and, get it back and make a run for it. It's the last part of the season. Make a run for the playoffs, then make a run in the playoffs. Anyway, that's Friday Night Breakdown, and I'll talk to you later.